Hey, what's up everybody? Today in Pokemon Legends ZA, I'm going to show you where to find all of the colorful screws in the game. So there's a total of 100 screws to find. We're going to go through all 5 districts to find them. So there's going to be 22 in the Vert district, 18 in the Blue district, 16 in Magenta, 25 in Rouge, and 19 in the Jaune district. So we're going to start in the Vert district and then we're going to go clockwise around the map, hitting each one in order to pick up all 100. As we're picking up each colorful screw, I'm going to show you the location of each one on the map. I'll also put timestamps down below on the video so you can skip around and pick up the ones you might have missed. Alright, let's get started. We're just outside of the Prism Tower, and the first one is going to be pretty easy to get. You see it right up here. All of them are going to be shining bright purple, like this one is. So we just got to climb up this ladder and pick this one up. Some of them are going to be very easy, other ones not so much. And if you want to check to see how many screws you've gotten so far, just go into your satchel, go over to other items, and at the very bottom you can see how many colorful screws you have. So that's our first one. We'll head right behind this building and we can see the next screw. It's up there. Right, so we're just going to climb up this ladder. This one's pretty simple as well. And we just want to drop down, just carefully drop down onto the skinny ledge right there. Okay, so we're still in Sector 1. We're just behind this big building. You'll see a bunch of scaffolding behind it. And we can see there's one screw up top on the top right of this building. There's also one in the courtyard. So there's going to be 4 in total we have to get in Sector 1. Alright, basically just going to make our way up the platforms with the arrows on them. Go up any ladder that we see. And for this part, we're going to use the glider, but there isn't a whole lot of space, as you can see, for us to glide. So you just want to hit the A button to glide right as you leave the ledge. Basically just spam the button. Just spam that A button so you can start the glide as soon as possible. It's going to dip down and then it's going to bring you up. And this is where the exact location is. So it's right in between Sector 1 and Sector 3. Alright, now we're going to head inside the courtyard of the same building that we just got the last screw in. It's going to be right about here. Actually, you can see it down there on the ground. Okay, there we go. There's our location again. Next, you'll want to head over to Sector 2. Sector 2 is pretty small. There's only one building. Head inside of the courtyard for this building in Sector 2, and you'll see there'll be a ladder right on the north side. We'll climb up the ladder. Anytime you see wooden boxes stacked up like this, you can usually just walk right up those. Just like that. Yeah, and then we'll have the one and only screw in Sector 2 right here. Next, we're going to make our way east to Sector 3. I'm actually starting at the location of where the screw is. But, yeah, this is where the screw is on top of this building. But here, let me drop down so I can show you how to get up here. We're going to go inside the courtyard to this building right next to it. Yeah, we'll head inside of this courtyard and use the elevator right here. And we're going to be using these a few times. Whenever you see those yellow arrows, that'll take you to the top of the building. And from there, just follow the ramps, the blue ramps with the arrows on them. There will be some wild Pokemon you got to fight up here. I think I took out most of them already. There's two different ways to make this jump here. I sprinted, rolled, and then used my glider, but you don't have to do it that way. I'm going to show you a much easier way. So if you go to the small roof right next to it, yeah, any slanted roof, you can climb up it, and all you have to do is just walk off the edge and press the A button to glide, and it'll take you right here. I kind of did it the hard way first because I wasn't sure what to do, but yeah, just walk off the edge. Once you start dropping, just hit your A button, and it'll take you right up. And we'll have to use that technique a few times to get all the screws. Right, in the next screw for Sector 3, we're going to go up the same elevator we used before. Yeah, so there's going to be the next screw just over there. So we're going to take a similar pathway. Just when we get up to the top of this building, we're going to drop down. We're going to drop down and make our way over. So we got that one there. If you look down off the side of this roof towards the water, you can see another screw down there. It's right on the border of sectors 3 and 6. So I think I actually get that one with the sector 6 ones. So now we'll make our way over to sector 4. So we're going to head over to this elevator. Here's the location of it. Take it to the roof. And we're just taking that so we can get into this courtyard in the center. We're going to have 3 screws we can get in this courtyard. Yeah, but let's get this one at the bottom first. Use your glider to get over there. You can probably even do a roll off the edge of the roof. If you use your roll there, it'll let you get a little bit farther if you're having trouble with that jump. But now that we got that one, let's head back up to the top of the roof. All right, we'll just make our way around to the far side, pick up this easy one here. And then we'll glide over, get a nice sprint going, and then use your glider. And then we'll do it once more to reach the screw that's below that platform. There we go. Yeah, and I did a roll there, but I don't think that's even necessary. It actually almost made me miss the jump. Alright, now we can make our way back up to the roof, and we can see our next screw off there in the distance. That one's actually off in Sector 5, but Let's head over there now. And we'll have to do a roll to get this one, but we'll actually have to start from the bottom here. You just make your way up the ladder, and then we'll do the first roll right here. And whenever you roll, it takes you to whatever platform's below you. And we'll do it one more time into this one. And there we go. And here's the exact location on the map. Now we'll head back east a little bit to Sector 6, and there'll be one right near the waterway. Yeah, it's just up top there. So we'll just roll to this platform here, climb up the ladder, and then walk our way over to the screw. That one wasn't too bad. Okay, head a little bit more east. Here's our location. We're going to go up this ladder. We can see the screw on the other building, so we'll just have to do this one. You will have to glide over. If you're not reaching all the way, just try to sprint, roll, and then use your glide. So it'd be B, Y, A. So B to sprint, Y to roll just before you get to the edge, and then A as soon as you're in the air to use your glider. Okay, so we're still in Sector 6. Make your way over to this location. Good to see a whole bunch of scaffolding. Climb up the ladder. We can't really climb at all in this game, so we'll have to drop down and then walk across this skinny platform. Okay, most of this is pretty straightforward. Alright, here's the next location. It's right on the outskirts of the map in Sector 6. We got some more scaffolding to climb. Go up the long ladder, and then... Alright, yeah, it looks like we gotta make our way over to the left side, and then there's a ladder up there that'll take us higher. Okay, and here's a look at our exact location. As you progress through the story, you'll battle a bunch of people inside of Racine Construction, and once you do, you'll be able to go in there and pick up a colorful screw. Yeah, it's going to be a mission where you have to battle a certain streamer, and then right after that mission is the one where you actually get the gliders. If you haven't already gotten this one, right outside of Racine Construction here, you can pick up an easy screw. It's right on top of these platforms. It's really just a matter of walking up and getting it. Alright, if you head a little bit further west down the street, if you haven't spoken to this guy yet, you just want to use an electric move. Okay, so let's use an electric move on there, power up this elevator. Here's a location again on the map. And then if you look directly across, there'll be some grass connecting these two buildings. And we can easily just drop down and pick up this screw. Now you'll want to make your way west over to Hotel Z in that area. Here's the location, and there'll be a ladder there we can climb up. And once we're on the roof, it's just drop down a couple levels. We can pick up the colorful screw right here. And then walk along this roof here. We're going to have to jump from this one over to the green one there. It's kind of tough if you try to do it along the edge like that. So what you'll want to do is just go to the higher part of the roof. Any roof that's slanted like this, you can climb up it. And we're just going to do a glide over. And then from there, we'll just want to climb up the ladder that's on the left-hand side. And we'll have a screw up top. Alright, so just a couple more to go. Yeah, if we go a little bit north of Hotel Z, there'll be a courtyard and a bunch of scaffolding in the center of it. And we can make our way to the top and pick up a screw there. This one's pretty easy, just be careful climbing across these skinny parts, but there we go. Alright, so we're down in Sector 9. We go up this ladder here, climb onto the upper part of the roof. And then we're going to do our trick where we walk off and then glide over. If you miss it like that, you can just climb right back up. Yeah, so once you see your character start dropping, hit the A button. Yeah, you pretty much want to hit the button right away. And once you make that gap, just work your way across the roof. Yeah, we're going to start up in Sector 3. For this one, we're just going to head up this ladder, and then you're going to have to use your roto glide to make it across. The next colorful screw is just a quick run. I just want to run a little bit south to this location. We got another set of scaffolding here. And you just want to go up the ladder and then position yourself on the platform on the right side in the kind of in this back corner. Yeah, right about here. And then just do a quick roll to get to the lower platform. Climb up the ladder and then walk across. Then just walk across the plank. But yeah, pick up that screw there. Don't jump down yet. We're going to have to get another screw up on the rooftops above us. Yeah, so just walk back along that plank, and then you're going to use your glide, use the roto glide to get on top of this roof. Can't climb up this part of the roof, but we can climb up on the side where it's slanted here. Then we're just going to make our way from roof to roof. Go along this one here and then climb up this ladder, and yeah, we'll have another screw we can get. We're just going to drop down, clear out some of these crystals. But here's our starting location in Sector 6. Yeah, with this one, we're actually going to get a whole bunch in this building. Just going to work our way up this large scaffolding right here. Yeah, just work your way up this large scaffolding. We'll go up the ladders, we'll go up the planks. And for this part, you can just do a roll over, and we'll have a screw hidden right underneath the stairwell. Okay, and that's our location. Let's keep heading up the scaffolding. And we'll have another one just up this ladder. And we're going to keep going up on top of this roof. And there's going to be 2 more screws on this roof. First one, you just want to go off to the left side. Follow this pathway. Yeah, we're going to climb up this slanted roof and then go up this other ladder. And once you make it to the side of this building, you can look off and you'll see the next screw on the right on the edge here. That's our location, but you'll actually want to go back to where we got the previous screw. Just climb up that same scaffolding, and then instead of going off to the left-hand side, just go off to the right, and you can follow this pathway to get to the next screw. Yeah, just drop down onto the glass roof, and then you can take the ladder going up on the left-hand side. So pick that one up, and then if you look off over to the next building, you can see there's 2 more colorful screws right off in plain sight. Actually, there's 3 up there, you can see. We'll get all 3 of those right now. Let's start with the one in the middle. Okay, we're just going to work our way up the scaffolding, and then, yeah, we can pick up the first colorful screw right here. And then stay on that same platform. We're going to use, yeah, we can just roll. We can easily just roll right to this other scaffolding. All right, climb up the ladders, use the planks, and then we can pick up the last screw on this scaffolding. The other one we saw is on top of the roof, so we'll have to make our way up there. So what you'll want to do is drop off of the scaffolding that we're on, so we'll be on the ground level. And then, yeah, we're going to have to make our way around this building to get on top of the roof. Yeah, this is actually a giant pain. We'll have to go into this little sewer. And there's going to be an obstacle blocking our way up here. There's going to be this frozen ice thing. I don't know what to call it. So what you got to do is just hit it with one of your attacks. I think I just use crunch, but I think you can use any physical attack on this to make this. Yeah, use any physical attack on here, and then it'll make a nice walkway for us. Okay, but now that we're inside the courtyard for all these buildings, we can head up this long ladder right here. Okay, let's take a look around. I know it's up here somewhere. Oh yeah, just turn to your right and you'll be able to see the screw on top of this green roof. Let's just climb up the ladder and then drop down onto it. For the next screw location, we're going to have to activate this elevator. It's all the way in the south part of the map in Blue Sector 7. If you haven't done so already, you just got to bring this guy a drink. So I'm just going to buy him some fresh water at this stand, and we'll head down. It's actually a side mission, but we'll do it really quick just so we have access to this elevator. Alright, so he'll fix it for us. That'll let us onto this roof. Okay, now that we're up here, we're just going to work our way across these roofs. Yeah, we can see the purple screw over there. There's also going to be another one just below us, so we can save ourselves some time and just drop down and pick that one up. Otherwise, if you're not on top of the roof, if you're coming from another way, you just follow this pathway up the scaffolding to pick it up. Okay, let's work our way up the street a little bit. We're going to have another pretty big scaffolding here, and I think we got a couple screws up there. I think there's 2 of them. Let's see. Yeah, so there's going to be 2 colorful screws in the scaffolding. I don't think there's anything crazy with this one. We're just working our way up the ladders to get the first one. Yeah, so we'll just go up to the very top, pick that one up, and then we can just drop down and pick up the second one. There we go. Okay, let's head over to the center. We're gonna head up this other scaffolding. We can pick up this screw right here, and there's gonna be another one in this building that we're right next to. I'm actually gonna I'll actually head up to the roof and show you where it is, and then we'll have to take another pathway to get to it. Yeah, but if you go to the roof, look off to the left side, you'll see there is a colorful screw right there. I don't know of a way to get to it from here, so go down, work your way down the street a little bit. We're kind of near this Poke Center. Yeah, you can see the scaffolding off in the distance there. We're going to head inside this opening in the building and then go into the courtyard. And we're actually going to take this ladder just up ahead. Okay, I'm going to fast travel to the Poke Center, save myself some time, and then work your way up the street a little bit, and then you'll see some more scaffolding on the left-hand side. Yeah, there'll be a series of ladders and planks. Once you get to this platform, you just use your rotoglide to make it over here. And then we'll just keep going up the ladders. There we go. All right, same idea. We're going to keep heading up the street north, and then you're going to look off to your left. You'll see another mini scaffolding. So you just go over the top of it and then drop down to this raised platform, and we'll be able to pick up the screw that's hidden inside here. And there's our location in the map as well. First screw we're going to get is going to be in Sector 1. So this is going to be our starting location. Now that we got the first one, let's head over to Sector 2. And we'll have another scaffolding we'll have to climb up. Head up the ladder, do a quick roll to get to the other platform. And then we'll just go across the plank here to pick up the second screw. Now I'm actually going to head over to this cafe. It's called Cafe Galant. We'll just use that as a starting point. And we're going to go over to this elevator right here and head up to the roof. Alright, we'll just make our way across this roof. Keep going until you get to this walkway. And if you look down, we'll see the next screw. It's going to be on the ground in this courtyard. Let's jump down and get that. We can use the ladder right here to get out of the courtyard. Next place we'll want to go is take a little bit of a walk. We'll have to head over to Sector 5, and to find this next one easily, just go to the southern entrance of Wild Zone number 9. Yeah, head into the Wild Zone entrance, and then you'll just want to go straight. You'll have the quartz on the left. And then make a right. Go up the scaffolding ladder there. You just want to drop down to this platform, go up this other ladder, and keep going along the planks. And when you turn to your left, you'll see the next screw. Alright, now let's head a little bit north. We'll have some more scaffolding we'll have to climb in front of us. Let's clear out these rocks first. Okay, I'm just going to work our way up the platforms. Yeah, there's more than one screw in here. We'll pick up this one on the bottom first. Yeah, we need to get this one, walk along this skinny plank, and then go underneath these platforms. And we can see the screw right below us. The easiest way to get it is just to drop down into this tiny little square right next to it, and then do a quick roll, and I think that's the easiest way I found to get to it. we're not done in this area yet. We'll want to climb up to where we just were. And then keep going up the scaffolding until you get to this ladder. And we can use the ladder to get onto the roof, and then from the roof we can easily access this colorful screw right here. Okay, next just turn directly around, work your way up the roof. And then we'll go up this other ladder. And we'll have another colorful screw. It's going to be all alone on this part of the building. And just use your rotoglide to get over there. If you don't make the jump, you can just use the stairwells to get back up top. Yeah, and since we're all the way up top on this roof, follow the green boundary for the wild zone. It'll lead you right to the next colorful screw. So to save some time, you can jump off to the next roof. And then drop down and pick up this screw right here. If you're coming from the ground level, I'll show you how to get up there right now. There'll be another screw in the scaffolding. To get it, just make your way to this part of the platform, and you're going to use your rotoglide to get here. Trick with this one is just don't hit your rotoglide button right away. Just wait like a second. Hit the button for the glide just as you're level with the screw. You're going to drop a little bit, and then it's going to launch you right onto the platform. Okay, all right, now that we got that one, we'll head back up and grab the one we passed by before. There it is. Yeah, and the next screw, we can see it. It's right off in the distance. We'll have another couple platforms to climb over. There we go. That one wasn't too bad. All right. All right, next thing you want to do, head over to this location on the map. There'll be this blocked off courtyard. So if you haven't done so already, just clear out the bramble bushes in front. You can use any kind of like fire or cutting attack to get rid of those. And just inside here will be a ladder we can take up. We can use our rotoglide to get to the screw that's on the roof just across. Work your way west a little bit to Sector 8, and there'll be another colorful screw. It'll be almost ground level, but we'll have to climb up these platforms and then just do a roll when you're on. Yeah, just back up a little bit and roll off of this plank. And you'll be able to climb up the ladder if you fall down and then pick up this screw. We have a couple more left. Head up to the scaffolding on North Boulevard here on the map. These ones can be a little bit tricky, so make your way up the ladders, make your way up the series of ladders, and we'll have 2 screws we can see in plain sight. So take your rotoglide to the first one. I'm going to pick up this one off in the corner here first. So you can either glide to it like this, or you can use the planks along the bottom to get here as well. Yeah, there's a bunch of stairs and planks, which will lead you right to this one. Alright, we got the first one. Now we'll go head back to the first platform, and to get this one, you'll have to do a roll and then a glide. So just line yourself up. You can probably even aim a little bit more to the right than I did. That'll probably make it easier, but yeah, I was able to make that. Like I said, just make sure you do a roll and then use your glider. That's going to allow you to get a little bit more distance. Okay, so we'll head over to Sector 9, make our way up these ladders, and we'll have a screw waiting for us at the top. Pick that one up, and then keep going up till you get to the roof, climb up the ladder. Once you get to the very top of the roof, just look down, and then you'll see the final screw for the Magenta district waiting for us right there. If you go into other items, you can go down and check how many colorful screws you've picked up so far. So I got 22 in the Vert district, 18 in the Blue district, and then we just picked up another 16 in Magenta. So we're at 56 in total right now. We'll be starting off in Sector 2. And we're just going to climb up this first scaffolding. You're just going to want to make your way across the platforms till you get to the barrier, drop down, and we can use a ladder on the other side to make our way back up. And we'll do a roll to get over to this platform. Then we can probably drop off the roof, or we can just roll right to it as well. Okay, now we'll make our way over to Sector 1. And here's our location. There's going to be 2 screws we're going to get in this scaffolding here. We got one right in front of us that's just out of reach, but we'll get that in a second. Yeah, roll over to this platform, and then we're going to use our roto glide to clear this gap. Okay, we'll go up this ladder, pick up this screw right near where the roof is. And now we can go, now since we're up here, let's drop down. Let's drop down and get this other one. Yeah, just fall off the roof, let yourself fall for like a second or two, and then hit your roto glide button. Should bring you right to the screws location. Okay, but let's leave this courtyard and we'll go a very short distance along these buildings. Have another set of scaffolding with another 2 colorful screws on it. There's actually a third one up on the roof as well. Yeah, there's a lot of screws in this district, but there's quite a few that are bunched together in 2s and 3s, so it's not, this area actually isn't too bad. Okay, but go up this scaffolding, use your rotoglide to clear this gap. Pick up a screw right here, and if you turn directly around, you'll see another screw, and I wasn't able to get my glide far enough to get over there. I wasn't able to figure out a way to get there from this scaffolding, so what I had to do was head to this elevator. It's right outside of the plaza, and if you haven't done so already, just activate it. You also have to do a side mission where you fight this guy. Just want to defeat 3 of his Pokemon, and once you do, he's going to activate the elevator. Okay, we'll head up there, go off to the left, and just follow the roofs along. Yeah, we'll use our glide to get this one on the roof. Yeah, go over to where the spider webs are. You'll be able to see the screw we were just trying to get to. So we'll just drop down right on top of it. There we go. Okay, and then we're actually going to use that same elevator again. So head right back to that elevator we just repaired. And then we're going to clear out this web just so we have a pathway to cross. You can clear these with any kind of ranged attack. I'm just going to use Aerial Ace on it. Follow this pathway across this grassy walkway, and we'll have another screw right in front of us. go back along the grass walkway we just took, and then we're going to use our glide to get to this roof here. You might want to roll before you glide just so you have enough distance. Yeah, and just work your way up the roof system till you get to the very top, and you can use the ladder to reach the colorful screw on the very, very top. Alright, since we're up on top of the roofs, we're going to get as many as we can without jumping down. So from the location where we just got the last screw, we're going to do a roll and then glide over to this other roof. Yeah, so make your way over, pick up that one. Yeah, so we're in Sector 4. If you're just picking them up one by one, there is a ladder you can take on this building. It's going to be right here, so that's a quick way to get up. Come over to this location on the North Boulevard. We'll have another scaffolding with 2 screws on it. We'll have to do 3 rolls to get across this. Climb up to the very top, pick up that screw, and then we'll have another one. Yeah, I'm just going to glide over to it just to be safe. Yeah, it's on the edge of this plank, so you can either land on the platform if you get far enough, or just line up so you land on the plank when you glide over. To Sector 7, we'll climb up this ladder to get onto the roof, and we'll have to kind of go around the edge of this roof to get to the next screw. Have to make your way around the outer edge of the roof. Kind of will take you around in the circle, and then we can pick up the screw. It's going to be right behind this wall. For the next one, glide back over to the roof again, and then it'll be just down here on this scaffolding. Yeah, this one's going to be in between Sector 5 and Sector 7. Yeah, we'll just do a roll over. And just a short distance away, have another scaffolding on the street. Climb up the ladder, and for this one you could roll to it like this. I'll show you how to glide to it as well, because the roll is a little bit tricky. There we go. Okay, and after you pick up that one, we'll head down the street a little bit until we get to this elevator in Sector 5. Go up to the top of that roof and go off to your left side. If you look off, you'll see a screw on the other roof over there. Glide over there, pick that one up. Okay, and then backtrack to that same elevator, but instead of going off to the left, we're going to go right. Go past this person, and you can see the next screw over there. So we're going to do a roll and then a glide after it. Make your way over to Sector 6. You're going to want to use this elevator. Take it to the top, and if you turn around, look off in the distance, you're going to see the next screw we need to get. It's kind of far away. There's actually two over there. So we'll clear out these webs first with a ranged attack. Do a roll and then a glide over to this roof. Pick up the first screw and then we'll run over the side of the roof. There'll be just enough of a ledge that we can run across it. Okay, we'll drop down onto this big roof here, and then onto the center one going across. Next one's up in Sector 8 on this scaffolding. Let's go along these planks, up the stairs, up the ladder, and then we'll do a... Yeah, we'll have to do a glide to get to this one. Head inside the courtyard for this building in Sector 8. See a really big scaffolding system in there. Walk off the edge, wait like a split second, then hit your glide button to get to this platform. And we'll do a similar thing to this one. Yeah, I just barely made it on the edge there. Oh, and actually there's actually 3 in this area. Yeah, there's another one up top. So keep making your way up those same platforms. Yeah, hit your glide button just as you're about level with the screw, and it should take you right here. Take the scaffolding platforms we just used, follow them all the way to the roof. Then you're going to want to head north on the roof. and then glide north to this roof here. Alright, let's clear out these crystals, and then we can pick up a screw on the very, very top. And after you pick up that one, you can look off in the distance, look off to the north on the outskirts of the map. We can see, yeah, I think our final screws are going to be over there. Alright, we'll do a roll. Climb up the same ladder again. And then you just want to carefully walk along these skinny planks from platform to platform. I'm going to do a roll at the edge of this one. Okay. There we go. That's the final colorful screw for this district. First thing we'll do is climb up this scaffolding, up the ladder, and pick up this first one here. Alright. Okay, cool. And then we'll keep climbing up the scaffolding until you get to the roof. And then you go to the back side of the roof, you'll get another screw hidden back there. Run back to the scaffolding we just came from, and if you look across the buildings, you'll see the next screw we have to get. And we're just going to glide over to get to that roof. Okay, there we go. Alright, that's all the ones we got to get in Sector 3, so we'll go up north to Sector 4. And we'll climb up this ladder, do a couple rolls until we get to this screw. Alright, once you do that, just drop down and we'll take the holovator up to the roof. Go off to your left and we'll keep making our way across the roof. We'll have to get rid of this web, so just use any flying attack. Make yourself a nice walkway. And then drop down in this open space between all the buildings. There'll be a screw down there for us. Alright, moving right along, we're going to go over, climb up the ladders. Go across this skinny plank here, and then yeah, we're going to be going across a lot of roofs for this one. But yeah, in the very far corner, we can pick one up. After you pick that one up, don't jump off the roof yet. You want to backtrack a little bit. Make your way over to this roof, and then follow it along through this grassy section. You want to do a roll and then hit your glide button to clear this gap. Alright, keep following this pathway, and you'll want to look down into this courtyard. There'll be a screw we'll have to get down here. Yeah, we'll just drop down to this platform, and then you just want to do a roll to get to that lower platform. There'll be a ladder we can use in that courtyard to get back up to where we just were on the roof. Yeah, we're going to stay on top of the roofs for now. Transfer over to this other one. As you get closer, you'll see another one straight ahead. Okay, so we'll just clear out this bramble bush. Climb up a ladder and we can pick up this screw. Cool, now we can head south a little bit, head down towards this Poke Center. As you approach the edge of this roof, you'll see a colorful screw right on top of this scaffolding. And if you're coming from the bottom, I'll show you really quick how to get up here. Okay, but once you pick that one up, if you look directly across to the south, you'll see the next one. Make our way through all these skinny, annoying plank things. Just walk carefully across them. Cool, we could pick that one up. Okay, we're still making our way south, and you'll want to use this elevator to get back up to the roof system. Okay, we'll look off to the south again, and we can use this, with all the roofs, there'll be like little areas that jut out farther than the rest of them, so I'm going to run off that one, do a roll, and then glide after that. That should allow you to clear the gap. And don't forget, there is another one. There's another easy one right on the corner of this roof as well. Okay, we'll have 3 more colorful screws in this area. We're going to go up the scaffolding, go up the ladders. We can drop down. And then we're going to go right back up that same ladder, and then you'll see a screw off in that big building. We'll get that one in a second. First, we'll climb on to this red roof up here. And if you look off to the side, we'll have some blue platforms over there. So let's go over, pick up that one. Yeah, we'll just have to do a roto glide and then walk across the plank to get this one. Okay, now we got the one off in the center there, all by itself. So just turn directly around, go back to the red roof. We'll take this plank over. And we can roto glide onto this building and pick up the colorful screw. Use this map location, take this ladder up to the roof. We're going to use this walkway to get to the next roof. Alright, we'll take the ladder, I guess. Yeah, this seems like a far jump, but we should be able to make it. Yeah, we'll do a roll, glide, we got plenty of distance there. Okay. At this point, we should be in the home stretch. Just a couple more to go. We'll have some more blue platforms to traverse. Yeah, I think this is a pretty... Yeah, okay, so just carefully drop down onto the skinny plank leading across. We'll pick up that screw. We're going to go back to the same ladder we just used. I'm just going to take a different pathway. So we'll go to our right, get on top of this building. And go to your right again, up the ladder. Follow this pathway across the building's roofs. And we can pick up a colorful screw there. The last screw we got to get is going to be in this courtyard in Sector 2. So from where we just picked up that last screw, just want to glide over to this roof here. And if you look down, you'll be able to see the screw. If you're not if you're just coming from the ground level, you can take this ladder up to the roof right here. Take your right up to where we need to go. Okay, and then from there, we're just going to drop down and pick up the final screw. There we go. If we go into other items, we're at 100 out of 100. All right, everybody, so that's going to do it for this video. If you found it helpful, leave a like and a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next time.